You already know what it is, family. GMOG Media TV, GMOG Sports TV, Great Man of God Media TV, back with another one. All right, family. So it's been reported this upcoming fight between Devin Haney and Regis Prograis is obviously making its rounds, and Devin Haney's doing interviews. In his latest interview, he mentioned that he is the face of boxing. I'm going to read this quote from source Michael Benson. Devin Haney says, "I am the face of boxing. I'm the guy that's taking the risk, going to fight the best fighters in the world, staying active, selling out arenas, and I'm taking real fights doing it. I'm not a guy picking, choosing, or ducking, none of this. I'm offering the so-called best fighters contracts like Shakur Stevenson. I am the epitome of the face of boxing." End quote. All right, there are some parts I can agree with, but the face of boxing part, I definitely, emphatically disagree with. You're not the face of boxing. You're not even the face of your division, let alone boxing. But him offering fighters contracts, yes, he did that with Shakur Stevenson, and of course, Shakur Stevenson turned down the fight for a 75-25 per split. And looking back, I'm sure that Shakur Stevenson would never admit that he made a mistake. He made a mistake. That 25% was a career high payday. He was never going to get that kind of money fighting anybody else at that time. And based off his past performance with Edwin De Los Santos, yeah, he should have took that damn money and won. So now he has a reputation of putting on terrible performances, putting people literally to sleep with his posturepedic performance as far as Shakur Stevenson, and not winning fans over or not even gaining new fans. And really, people don't even want to see you fight. They're paid to not see you fight. And so that's the thing about it. But going back to Devin Haney, yeah, like I said, he's definitely not the face of boxing for sure. When the last pay-per-view fight he got against Vasily Lomachenko did about 150,000 pay-per-view buys, which is actually not bad. It's not bad. It's actually pretty decent. So I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Now, compared to Tank Davis, I'm not even going to bring up him fighting Ryan Garcia. We already know the numbers he did with Ryan Garcia. I'm going to talk about the fight before that when he fought Hector Garcia. The pay-per-view buys for Hector Garcia was between 200 to 215,000 pay-per-view buys. So, yeah, face of boxing, again, you're not even the face of your own division. And Tank Davis faced an unknown. Nobody knows who Hector Garcia is. He's just only hardcore fans, and a small percentage of hardcore fans knew who Hector Garcia was, and he still did 200,000, between 200 and 215,000 pay-per-view buys. So without a name attached to the person you're fighting, Devin Haney, you're not going to see 150,000 pay-per-view buys against Hector Garcia. That's a fact. That's a fact. And your next fight, based off how you talk, you might end up fighting on Thursday or Monday night like Shakur Stevenson. Shit, I mean, Shakur Stevenson next fight could possibly be on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. That's how abysmal, terrible, and atrocious his performance was. And you got to put on a clinic when you fight Regis Prograis. Put on a clinic and make sure there's no doubt that you are a more entertaining fighter than Shakur Stevenson. You got to do that. You got to do that. But, other than that, man, face of boxing, definitely not. You're supposed to sell out your hometown. That's a given. You're supposed to sell out your hometown. And, let's be honest. The last fights before that, Lomachenko and George Kambosos, you fought in his territory twice in Australia, so that don't count because those were his fans. And Lomachenko, he has his fan base from Ukraine. So, if you fight in your hometown, we're gonna see. You're supposed to sell out your hometown. That's a given. But we gotta do that on a consistent basis, especially fighters who are not notable names. If you do 150,000 and above against not notable name fighters, then you can have a conversation about at least being the face of your own division. Not you gotta do Canelo numbers to be face of boxing. And when you talk about Canelo numbers, being the highest paid and being on the Forbes list, that's being the face of boxing, okay? That's what you call face of boxing right there. Highest paid and being on the Forbes list. You're nowhere near that right now. So, It is what it is, family. Those are my thoughts on that. Leave your comments down below about Devin Haney saying he's the face of boxing. You guys agree with him or not? Make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, family. Signing out.